So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the crypto summit. I actually do have some information and news as to what Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, has said, and also going to go over just what Donald Trump has been talking about as well in the summit if you did miss it. So we will get into the figures about the crypto market and how it's doing overall, as some people are also quite disappointed because they thought that it would be up. Let's take a look at this article that we have over here. So we all know we had the crypto summit. This is really important because obviously it goes to show that the government are somewhat getting on board with cryptocurrency in general, considering the fact that we had Biden who wasn't really into crypto and we had many other people that were just against it in general. So over here we have the shift in the US digital asset policy under Trump. Now we have Brad Garlinghouse that is trying to, of course, get through with the whole regulatory side of things as well, and Trump is trying to actually plan things for a Bitcoin reserve. So I think the disappointment comes from the fact that it is focused more on Bitcoin rather than other digital assets. So maybe Bitcoin is going to see a much larger advantage compared to other crypto coins like Ripple or Solana, but it doesn't mean that we don't have any advantages itself because of the fact that we are still in the game in general. It just means that if there is going to be that with Bitcoin, then of course Bitcoin is going to win majorly. So over here we have that the Ripple CEO said we need a level playing field, and he says that we will, as we have always done, continue to champion the need for a level playing field. It was great to hear others in the room echo this as well, and the industry must come together to move much needed legislation forward in the US. So 2025, it is a big turning point for us, considering the fact that we have been in a massive slump with XRP and Ripple in general, just having to fight on it. Now we have Trump being, of course, within crypto, and what we're going to see is him saying that we don't want any cost to the taxpayers, which of course is going to get him a lot of benefits because people are going to be on board with that as long as it does not cost them any extra money. And you'll see over here that the president's message to the cryptocurrency is, from this day on, America will follow the rule that every Bitcoin owner knows very well: never sell your Bitcoin. And I think that we all know that any coins that you believe in, that you actually hold right now, you should always store them in a separate wallet and in a cold wallet. Really, you should make sure that you have the keys to your wallet as well, and don't trust any of these exchanges, especially with the ones that are trying to get you to do all sort of questionnaires and fill them out. And he's basically holding his stance right from what he said back last year in July. And he goes, I don't know if that's right or not, who the hell knows. But I do think that us cryptocurrency investors know to hold our coins. So we have over here, what everyone really needs to have at this point is clarity on what the level of scrutiny and intensity of regulation will be and who the key regulators will be. Of course, now, if the scrutiny and intensity is very intricate and very large, then that means the government is obviously not with us. But I reckon because they want Bitcoin on board and many other digital assets on board for, of course, mainly their advantage and favor, then there's going to be less scrutiny and less intensity because they want to be able to put that in the legislation, but that then in turn only benefits us. Now, over here, we have the fact that investors are not happy, right? They're not happy with the fact that we've had this crypto summit, but yet the market is still not performing as what they thought, right? I mean, Bitcoin is at $86,000. Now, despite the fact that we are down by the 24-hour chart of 2%, we're still doing all right on the 1 week chart. We're up by 1.37%. So it's okay. But look at the market, guys. The fear is at an index of 25. Now, what does this mean, right? Because when it comes to this, with the fear and greed index, we always usually see the greed index at around about 70 or 75. At least I think that was the last time when I recorded a video, but I'm back now. But the fear index to be at 25 means that the reaction to the market is very scared right now, which means that people are obviously pulling money away from the market. Now, when there's a lot of fear, that is exactly when you should be buying. Now, I can't really say how much you should buy of a certain coin or which coin, but all what I know is that that is when you should double down on certain investments and make sure that you get into it, because once that index goes up to the greed level, then of course sometimes it can be a bit too late. So this is how the market has reacted. I mean, the price of XRP coin is currently at $2.35, and it is up by 8.5% on the 7-day chart. So pretty good, right? And I do think that we are just pretty much below that 2.5 support level where we were before. But let's see if we can get back there. So back to this over here in terms of the whole disappointment. You'll see that the Trump administration did not signal more active support for the industry, leading the prices of the very assets the summit was supposed to acclaim to, of course, decline on Friday. And I think that's the reason as to why we've got that decline over here, because he didn't mention specific assets. But I don't think that's a bad thing, right? I think it's just a start, to be honest with you. And I don't think that it is something that we should worry about. Now, of course, the price of Bitcoin was down by about 3% in the late afternoon. But then again, you can see over here just in real time as of now, it is pretty much still up. Now, the 24-hour chart is down by 1.8%, but that really isn't that much of a hit, in my opinion anyway. So you'll see over here that the executive order gave no explicit guarantee or timetable for the government to begin making new cryptocurrency purchases outright. In my opinion, I think that this is a great opportunity and possibly a gold mine, right? Because if you knew of the date, then everybody would start to be, guess what, buying up crypto coins because they knew that was going to happen. But when there's uncertainty in the market, when you don't know what's going to happen, that's exactly when you should get into cryptocurrency or be holding on the coins that you have right now. And this is the reason as to why I think that this is such a good opportunity, because before the government gets in, make sure that you actually have your coins first. Of course, you'll see over here that we have the price of Bitcoin remains about 25% higher than its level before Trump secured, obviously, his presidential term in early November. And it's also important to mention that Trump did say that he will be making the US the crypto capital of the world. Now, this is a massive statement because obviously it means that he's on board with crypto, but he wants to take it to the next level. And the United States of America, if they can do that and he can pull through together, then of course you'll just see over here that this is going to grow. I mean, the global crypto market cap as of now is 2.83 trillion, but who's to say that it can't reach 4 trillion in the next couple of years, right? It just goes to show that we have a lot of potential opportunity. Now, coming in from Chad Steingraber, we have over here that the banks getting the green light to custody crypto is game on for Ripple. This was the news of the day. So we have that the OCC clarifies bank authority to engage in certain cryptocurrency activities. And this is good news, right? But sometimes it really annoys me because I just know how much all of these central banks and all these other systems were basically slagging off crypto quite a while ago, right? They didn't want anybody to get into cryptocurrency. They didn't want to get it in themselves because of the fact that they had their fear. And they didn't even believe in it, right? That's the thing. Us small investors, we believed in it. We saw it as another way of being able to pay for things and, of course, use our digital assets in general. And they basically just reaffirmed that as of now. So you can still see that we are pretty much in the start of this in general. As long as we don't go down below $2, then I'm thinking we could probably go to that support level of 150. But you'll see over here so far that the volume is at 3.79%. And on the 7-day chart on the 3rd of March, we actually were able to reach a nice high of 2.91 cents. We were actually able to reach a nice high of 2.95 cents. So pretty much touching that $3 mark at a volume of 17.41 billion. And now we are pretty much trading at 7.5 billion. So roughly around about half of that volume slashed. But guys, I do think that we could see a $5 XRP. It's obviously going to take time. We will probably take some falls as well. We could go below that $2 level and probably hit 1.80, but it's not a bad thing, right? We are still pretty much up, especially with the 1 month chart, our gains at 2.57%, and that's nice.